Hello, my name is Mary Heine. This is the risk assessment for employees for my hypothetical company, Mount Healing, which is a wilderness therapy company, for management 622 risk management for leaders. Our mission is simply nature can undo, meaning while you're out there with just nature and yourself, whatever you've been through, whatever's happened to you, nature can help you. So for employees, what exactly is risk? It really is a chance, uncertainty, threat, danger, or hazard. Essentially, it's going to be a negative event such as a loss or an injury. I'm sure we've all seen those in our lives. But this can happen to the company as well. Naturally, we want to minimize risk or avoid it altogether. So as Lamb has said, risk is a variable that can cause deviation from an expected outcome, and as such may affect the achievement of business objectives and the performance of the overall organization. Safety, it is our #1 priority at Mount Healing. Our customers trust us to provide professional services in the field of wilderness therapy. Additionally, the backcountry can be cruel and unpredictable, especially if you're not prepared properly. And our employees are the heart of the company and represent us in the front country and backcountry. So there are several types of risks we'll talk about. The first one is preventable. It's typically an internal risk that is considered controllable. So, preventable risks are things such as inappropriate comments, illegal activity, unethical behavior, inappropriate actions, and, for this company, unauthorized trail hiking or camping. So some examples to all those preventable risks are things such as saying comments such as the route we've done is stupid. Anything as such as drinking or taking drugs. For our company, it's not displaying or conducting leave no trace principles. Any type of sexual harassment and assault is certainly not tolerated. And any instances violating HIPAA. The second type of risk is strategic. So this is basically accepting some risk for some gain. And that's exactly what Mount Healing is. There's risks out in the backcountry that we are willing to take for wilderness therapy. And then another thing we'd like to highlight is that we provide employees the medical training to reduce these risks, as the backcountry is unpredictable, as stated earlier. So we want to conduct proper risk assessments, the training, and provide necessary items for survival and medical in the backcountry. And we want to ensure proper medical care is given to all customers needing it. And the last type of risk is external. This is rising outside the company's influence and it is beyond our control, such as weather, wildlife, water, insects, terrain, and certain health conditions that were already there. To mitigate these risks, we could do things such as track any storms and pack for the right conditions, bear-proof all food, or even bringing bear spray, learning about the particular wildlife and environment that you'll be involved in, ensure enough water is packed for the group, ensure group has all items that they need, and ensure to pack bug spray and sunscreen. So for us at Mount Healing, bottom line is we want to ensure that all customers are drinking water and the employees regularly check on each other and the customers. So here's a simple risk matrix that we like to use. So the first step in risk assessment is to identify the hazards that are possibly going to happen. Of course, you can't predict everything, but you want to try and think of all the things that could happen. So whenever you identify these hazards, the next thing you want to do is to figure out some controls to reduce the risks. The next step after that would be to determine a safe implementation plan. After that, you want to determine the risk level, such as this image on the right. So is the risk going to be low, high, extremely high, or is it medium? If it starts out high, you want to try and make it a step lower, such as medium or even low, would be ideal. And if the risk is extremely high, then that's just not feasible. That could cause serious issues for the company. And then the last step that you want to do is determine a proper course of action. Should you continue on with the plan that you made, or should you reassess and start from step one again? So here at Mount Healing, we want to make an emphasis on wilderness medicine because it's technically the pre-hospital care. You're in an area that there is no EMS coming to help, so you have to use your training properly to ensure that you're taking the proper procedures for life-saving measures. So you want to do something like medical planning. The second thing you'd want to do, which is why we're doing this course, is you want to ensure you're doing the proper risk management. And something we'd like to note is that heat injuries, musculoskeletal injuries, soft tissue injuries, and cold weather injuries are really the most occurring in the backcountry, but these can also be prevented. So, we ask, why wilderness therapy then, if there's so many risks involved? Well, you're reconnecting to the body, so you're putting yourself in discomfort, disequilibrium, and doubt. These situations are considered risk-taking, but once your mental and physical body breaks down from the discomfort, you get a whole new reflection on your own health and significance, which turns into reflecting and reconnecting. So this is really intriguing, and it's moving beyond the traditional mental health services that we have today, which sometimes for some people are just not feasible. So we want to really lead to a state of balance within your mental, physical, and spiritual aspects. And we want to focus on taking the trauma and disaster of that person's life and turning it into possible hopes and dreams for their future. So in conclusion, we at Mount Healing want to allow nature to undo by giving our customers a safe and gratifying outdoor experience. As we've talked about, risk is inevitable in the wilderness setting, so we like to prepare and train to mitigate these risks. for our employees, we would like y'all to identify potential threats and function through our SOPs. And we want to provide y'all with the training to become SMEs on risk assessments. Thank you for your time. And are there any questions? Here are the references that I've used throughout this PowerPoint. Thank you.